Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca. This is Beck Stitches Everything. Happy December. It's been a little over a month since I've been on here and I'm back today with just a regular Flosstube update. I am trying to get myself organized to do a whip parade before the end of the year, so hopefully that will happen. But I wanted to pop on today. I don't actually have a lot of pieces to talk about. I've been cross stitching like crazy, but I've been really focused for a change on just a few things. So I just have a few projects to talk about. Some finishes, a big whip progress, a start that I want to talk about, and some things at the end kind of like plan related. So we'll get to that. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty quick today. So first thing that I want to talk about was I have a finish and I'm really excited about it. So I actually have two finishes to show. So my first finish that I want to show today is From Velvet to Linen by Kathy Barrick. I am in love with this. I'm so happy to have it done. Kim of the Contented Needleworker, Kim and I, we're kind of chatting on Instagram, and we'll do that. Sometimes we'll pick a project just to kind of, you know, encourage each other. I want to have like an accountability partner. And so Kim's already done with hers. Hers is already framed, of course. Who knows when mine will make it into a frame. But it is done, and I love it. I stitched this. So Kathy Barrick charts, I think all of her designs, or all the ones that I've seen, usually in NPIs, and then she'll give you a DMC alternative. And so I stitched mine in the DMC colors. And this is on a piece of fabric from Bestitch Me. I've been in their Fabric of the Month Club for a while. I lost the tag for this one. I think it's oat. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's oat. If anyone really, really wants to know, I can dig a little bit and see if I can confirm that. But it's a 40 count. As I said, stitch 1/2 with the DMC as provided by Kathy's chart. And it's gorgeous. I'm kind of getting a big box of things that I need to get framed. So at some point here, I'm going to need to go through and have like a framing day or weekend maybe. And then I do love this fabric so much. So I am kind of bummed that I'm not completely sure what the name of it is. So finished that, and I'm just like, I was just excited to start something new, and out of kind of laziness, I literally flipped this fabric over and started another project on the other end of it. And I finished that too. So this is a start and a finish. It's actually a restart and a finish. I had started the Artsy Housewives, A Study in Pink, on a piece of 36 count linen using 2 strands of floss over 1. I have a few of hers that I got little starts on 36 count with 2 strands. And I just wasn't feeling the 36 count with 2 strands of floss. It just felt too bulky to me. All of those projects had kind of stalled out. I really like all those projects, so I must come in and visit me. Hi, how are you? So I have a few of hers that I want to restart on a 40 count, and I thought this was the perfect piece of linen for that. So I restarted A Study in Pink on the other end of this same piece of fabric, and I finished it as well. So there it is. This one is stitched all in the called for flosses 1/2, again on this 40 count, which I think is oat by Bestitch Me. And I think it was my last video. I showed my finish of HL Moth. So I know I have 2 like moth butterfly pieces that are done. I have a small start on A Study in Nature by the Artsy Housewife as well. So that one might come out again soon. I would like to have all 3 of these framed and hung together, kind of like a butterfly wall somewhere. So whenever I get motivated to do some framing, this will be part of that. So yeah, this is hilarious to me. Like, I need to cut my fabric. I'll do that today. Drag out my cutting mat and rotary cutter. I did like a really big craft room clean out recently, or reorganization, and got things really sorted and put away nicely, but now it's like, I don't know, and I have to drag everything out again when I want to cut something. So So those are my two finishes. Okay, so up next I have some pretty big progress. I have been really motivated to work on Consider the Lilies. So I don't know if I have a progress picture from where I was last time I showed this, but I have made a lot of progress since then. I think I'm gonna have to stand up. This is on a 40 count piece of fabric by XJU Designs. I think it's Baby Sheep. It might be Baby Sheep is the color. Again, I can confirm that if anyone wants to know. It's 40 count. I'm using all of the called for overdyed flosses, 1/2. And here is how far I am. Try to back up and get it in frame. Emma cannot decide where she wants to be today. Hi. This has been a complete obsession for me. I actually kind of hate that word. Like, I think that we really use the words journey and obsessed way too much in our culture. So I kind of hate using that word for it, but that is what this has become for me. I am not getting sick of this at all, which is funny because I do have ADHD. But something about being able to just bounce around between all these motifs is keeping this so fun for me. I'm not getting bored. Yeah, I'm just obsessed. I think this is now like half my personality, is this cross stitch piece. And so I was a little nervous. I felt like maybe I had miscalculated and was running out of fabric at the bottom, so I kind of like bounced down to the bottom and worked on the house. And I've confirmed I have plenty of space on the bottom. So that's kind of like the bottom of the chart, except for the border that will go underneath of it. I'm using all of the called for overdyed flosses. I'm not sure if I just said that. And one thing that you might notice is that I have put in my initials and 2026. I actually just finished that this morning. So I'm not even going to call this a goal. I have decided that I'm committed to, and that's my commitment shows right there, to finishing this in 2026. I'm not someone who's big on resolutions or any of that kind of stuff. I do like a good vision board. I need to do my vision board before the year is done. But I'm saying it right here, right now, that I will be finishing this piece in 2026. And I think it's maybe a little ambitious, but achievable. So maybe I need, maybe in addition to just putting my initials and the year on it, maybe I need some kind of additional motivation. Like, do I need some kind of consequence? Like what, like leave in the comments what you think I should do, like, or what should happen if I don't finish this in 2026. I'd like to see some creative answers to that. Yeah, and if I did not say, this is by Heartstring Samplery, is the chart. And I'll put a picture up of the cover photo of the chart in case you have not seen this before. But yeah, like I said, I'm just loving this. It's totally addictive, totally fun. The only thing where I can see where I'm going to get a little maybe tripped up is, you know, the repeating border. So that's why I'm not one of those people that's going to just do a whole border before I start stitching the central motifs. I would get way too bored and I would miscount. So I'm just doing that kind of in chunks as I go. And I have the paper chart for this, which is like in a booklet. So I've been, as I finish a full page, I've been like putting a sticky note in the middle of that page just to like note that I'm done with that one. And that's been weirdly motivating for me too, for whatever reason. It's like getting a star from your teacher, I think. One start that I wanted to talk about, I don't even actually have it up here with me. I am starting, or have started, a chart called The Mother's Tree. And it's an older lavender and lace chart. It's kind of a family tree sort of chart. I'll put a picture of the cover photo up here. And I didn't even bring up my actual start of it because it's so tiny and it doesn't look like anything that it wasn't even worth pulling it out of the Q-snap and ironing it and showing it to you. So this piece, Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, was where I heard about this one. It's probably one of those ones that wouldn't really have like even caught my eye if I had just like seen it in passing, but then hearing her talk about it on one of her recent Flosstubes, I thought it was so cool. So it's essentially, it's a tree in the center, as you can see in the picture, and then like a family tree of your maternal line. So the work that I've done so far is a tiny bit of start on my stitching. What I spent most of my time doing so far is confirming some genealogy stuff and then charting out names and birth years. So mine's going to go back 5 generations before me. And I've been on Ancestry.com and all that, and I've got our names charted, and I chose to do first name, middle name, and maiden last name for each generation of my ancestors, and then the year of their birth. And so I think this is a really just cool heirloom piece in general, and I'm really excited about mine in particular because going back to 1826, so 5 generations above me, there is, I don't know if you can see that, there's no glare with my light. There is a Rebecca, either a first or middle name, in every generation of my maternal ancestry line. So I'm going to be stitching the name Rebecca a lot. I already knew this. I knew that went back for a while. It's my daughter's middle name. It's mostly middle names, but I thought it was really cool. So this would be what my grandmother, great grandmother is actually Anne Rebecca, and then I'm Rebecca Ann. So we have our years of birth, and then it goes down to my daughter. Megan's going to be stitching hers. I'm pretty sure that Amy of the Thread Gremlins is going to do one as well. And we've all kind of talked about like stitching it and then leaving maybe like additional fabric kind of tucked into the final frame piece, so that if there are more women born after us, someone could potentially take it out of the frame and add on additional generations. Okay, I think that's actually, it's gonna be really fast. So that's it for all the stitching that I want to talk about in this episode. Plans? Should we talk about plans? I have a couple things. I'm gonna keep working on Consider the Lilies, obviously. I think I would like to get out, maybe I'll get out that other Artsy Housewife butterfly piece. We'll see. We have a couple things going on in December. My stepson and his girlfriend are going to come out and visit us. There was like a week in November where I didn't get any stitching done at all because we were traveling. We actually went to Austin to go visit my family around Thanksgiving. And we've got, the holidays coming up, so I don't know how much stitching I will get done in December. It'll be a little bit busy like it is for everyone. But I'll probably just stitch, kind of like based on mood. There were a couple things I wanted to mention going into 2026. So like I said, I'm not going to really do hard goals or resolutions of any kind. If you watch Megan, the Seattle Stitchers channel, she has talked about she's doing a 1-year cross stitch no buy. And she said that, she had some friends that were joining her. I am one of those people. So I thought about not even saying anything about it. Because, I don't know, it's a weird thing. I think that if you put yourself out there on the internet, it almost feels like you're going to get, not hate, but maybe criticism either way. Like, people will criticize if they think you are over consuming and spending too much money. And then if you go the other way and say you're not going to spend any money, people will criticize and say, well, you're not supporting small businesses. I get it, right? Like, none of us can, like, you're never going to make everybody happy. None of us are perfect. But I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. I'm just not really feeling, like, pulled to accumulate more cross-stitch stuff right now. I have a lot of whips. I don't know what that number is. I have a lot of things kitted up. And I'm really happy with everything that I have. And I just feel like I have plenty to work on. and I would really like to see big progress on the things that I have either kitted that I'm excited about or things that I already have in progress. So we started this November 1st, and we're going to do it until November 1st of 2026. Couple of little caveats. If I run out of floss for something that I already have as a WIP, I'm allowed to buy the floss I need to complete that project. I'm also going to allow myself to buy like finishing supplies and get things framed if I get them finished. I'm just not buying new cross stitch starts, new linen, new, anything to start a new project for the next year. And I don't think it's going to be, I've already been doing this for over a month, and it really has not been that hard yet. So, like I said, I'm feeling really happy with everything I have, and I'm really excited about seeing big progress on the things that I have started. So if you would like to join us, please feel free to do so. We can, like, have some accountability partners. The other thing that I was thinking about going into 2026 is I've been a little sporadic on YouTube, I think really since the beginning. And I think a lot of us are just feeling bummed out. The world's on fire, basically, right? Like, no matter what side of the political spectrum you fall on, I think we can all agree that like things feel really chaotic. Just in the world in general right now. And I think I've maybe kind of just gone into my own little bubble a little bit. Like, I'm not posting on Instagram as much. I've been probably more sporadic here. Like, I have my friends that I talk, like, I'm definitely stitching, and I have my cross stitch, like, close friends that I'm like talking to like every day, all day long. But I am feeling kind of like I want to re-engage in the community maybe a little bit more, the cross stitch community. So I was thinking about starting a stitching Zoom. And the reason I'm mentioning it here is I'm just trying to gauge interests. Like, do I have people that watch my channel that would be interested in joining me and doing something like that? It'd probably be like once a month to start out if there's enough interest. And I think I'd want at least 10 or 12 people to say that they are interested in doing that, because I feel like with schedules and life gets busy and stuff like that, if you have 10 people that say they're going to do it, realistically, when it comes to that moment in time, probably half are going to not be able to make it. So in order to have like 5 or 6 people there regularly, I think I need like 10 or 12 to say that they want to do it. So if that's something you're interested in doing, please put a comment below and say you're interested in doing a Zoom, or send me a DM on Instagram. I'll put my social media links in the description box below, and I'll just kind of see what the interest is and see if we can figure out a time that works. Most likely for me it would either be like an ideal time. My husband is in the National Guard, so he has drill weekends once a month, so maybe like a Saturday when he's gone and I'm just like killing time on my own, or it could be like a weekday afternoon. Anyway, if we have enough people interested, we can kind of hammer out details and figure out what works for everyone. I am on the west coast of the United States, so take that into consideration. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, this is going to be a real quick one. Hopefully, people appreciate that because it's a busy time of year. So my plan is to be back here within the next week or so with my version of my end of year WIP parade, and I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching.